Growing Brazilian Raintree by seed, a how-to. In today's video, I'll be showing you how I grow my Brazilian Raintree by seed here in the UK. First things first, these seeds cost me £25 delivered from the United States. I think it was Florida. These seeds are specifically the Tortum variety. There are many sellers who claim to have BRT seeds that are not, so be careful of where you get them from. Once you find the right seeds and they arrive, we will have to prepare the seeds for planting. With BRT, we can speed this process up via scarification. I do this by cutting one end of the seed with nail clippers. The end of the seed you clip is vital. Make sure you clip the pointy end and not the straight end. This is so we can break through the protective outer shell and begin germination. You can also sand down this part of the seed to get the same effect, but I personally like the nail clippers. Be sure not to cut too much off, and I'll repeat this process for all seeds. We need a container with room temperature water. We will then put the seeds in this container for a minimum of 24 hours. This may take longer. The goal here is to wait until either the outer shell flakes away or you can start to see the germination process actively happening. Within 24 hours you should start to see either the coating flake away or, like here, the germination process happening. Ensuring you are ready to pot. Soil mixes can vary, but I find 50% perlite and 50% cocoa coir gives me the best results for seeds and seedlings. The cocoa coir retains moisture whilst the perlite allows drainage. When it comes to seeds, we need it moist but not wet. Within 24 to 48 hours you can plant your seeds. I would recommend a separate pot for each seedling as these grow fast once they get going. I like to place them in the middle of the pot, then cover with a fine layer of soil. The light should penetrate the soil enough to continue germination. When the seedling is ready, it will push through the soil as perlite and cocoa coir are very lightweight. I then spray these with water rather than watering. Watering from a can or tap can displace the seed, and also it may make the soil too wet, which is optional depending on the situation. You may find that you need to cover the seeds in a clear bag to retain moisture, depending on placement and watering. If you have the time to spray the seeds enough to keep them moist but not wet, whilst also allowing them to dry out, then you probably do not need a bag. The issue of using the clear bag method can be mould. A mouldy seed is a dead seed. This can be helped by opening the bag once a day to recycle the air in the bag. Personally, I have found better success from not using a bag. However, I did use a bag for 4 out of 5 of these as an experiment, and sure enough the 4 with a bag took longer to germinate. I also lost 2 out of the 5 through mould. I knew this might happen, but wanted to test my theory. Let them grow. Here are 6 seeds. The one that is actively growing was left out of a bag, but every other method was the same. I still have 3 germinating, but unfortunately have lost 2. It's important you let them grow without pruning or disturbance for the first year. After this time you can begin to prune, but with caution. I hope this video helps, as when I first wanted a BRT, I found that online the older trees were about £200 or more. I couldn't find any seeds at first, and the videos on growing from seed were very vague. If you have any further questions, please let me know in the comments. And as always, thank you for watching.